As the national movement developed, nationalist leaders became more and more aware of such icon and symbol in unifying people and inspiring in them a feeling of nationalism. So as the national movement develops or increases, the nationalist leader, especially the Congress leader, they became more and more aware of such you can see icons and symbols and use them in order to inspire the people, in order to improve the feeling of nationalism in them. During the Swadeshi movement in Bengal, a tricolor flag, that is red, green and yellow, please remember the color of the flag, it is very important, was designed. So during the Swadeshi movement, in especially in Bengal, a tricolor flag was you can say designed, and it was of three color. First is red, second is green, and the third is yellow. It has 8 lotuses representing 8 provinces of British India and a crescent moon representing Hindu and Muslim. So what does the 8 lotus signify? The 8 lotus signifies 8 provinces of British India, and a crescent moon represent what? Hindu and Muslim. By 1921, Gandhiji had designed the the Swaraj flag. So by 1921, Gandhiji had designed the Swaraj flag. It was again a tricolor, that is red, green and white. But there is a difference. When the tricolor was designed during the Swadeshi movement, it was of red, green and yellow. But when Mahatma Gandhi designed the tricolor flag, it was of red, green and white. So the yellow was converted into white. Remember it. And had a spinning wheel in the center. So in the center there was a spinning wheel and representing the Gandhian ideal of self-help. So what does the flag which was Gandhiji has designed represent? It represent the Gandhian ideal of self-help. Carrying the flag, holding it aloft during marches become a symbol of defiance. So during the revolt or during the marches, these flags plays an important role. Another means of creating a feelings of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history. So another means of creating a feeling of nationalism was through reinterpretation of history. That means whatever which happened in our past, we reinterpret it, and the meaning also changes. By the end of the 19th century, many Indians began feeling that to instill a sense of pride in the nation, Indian history had to be thought about differently. So in order to you can say aware the people more about the nationalism, what did the Indian leaders? They thought that if we will reinterpret the Indian history, and if we will and the way of our thinking will change, then definitely the nationalism feelings will also change, and it will also increase. The British saw Indians as backward and primitive, incapable of governing themselves. So the British saw that Indians are backward and primitive and incapable of governing themselves. So this is the main reason why the British rule us for how many years? 200 years. In response, Indian began looking into the past to discover India's great achievements. So in response, Indian leaders, they began to look into their past to discover what are the different achievements which India had achieved. They wrote about the glorious development in ancient time when art and architecture, science and mathematics, religion and culture, law and philosophy, crafts and trade had flourished. So in the past, they gone through the different achievements which India had achieved, and in order to increase the feeling of nationalism in people or the masses, what did the different leaders they did? They gone through the different section, that means art, architecture, science, mathematics, religion, culture, law, philosophy, crafts, trade, these all things they have gone through these different sectors. And by going these sectors, what their main agenda was to increase the feeling of nationalism in the local masses. This glorious time, in their view, was followed by a history of decline when India was colonized. These nationalist histories urge the readers to take pride in India's great achievement in the past and struggle to change the miserable condition of life under British rule. So, by doing all this struggle and by you can say representing more about the nationalism, our past history, what the Indian leaders want to do, their Indian leaders want that they can change whatever the British government had done to us, and how we can fight against the British rule, and we can change the condition which was done by the British rule, and by and after you can say you can say overthrowing the British rule from our country, we can finally establish our own rules and regulation, or you can say the constitution. These efforts to unify people were not without problem. When the past being glorified was Hindu, when the images celebrated were drawn by Hindu in iconography, then people of other communities felt left out. So usually our India is mainly concerned with the major population of Hindu. So the more contribution in the struggle are of all the religion. We cannot say that only Hindus are the people due to which we got independence. No, this is absolutely wrong. If we want to you can say give contribution and to give respect, we should give respect to all the religion, because all the religion, whether they belong to the higher whether they belong to the Hindu or Muslim or Sikh, Isai, or whether they are from higher section or from the Dalit section, they all come together and finally they have fought together, and finally we got independence. So we should respect all the religion, and we cannot say that only Hindu are the people who had helped or who have done struggle in order to overthrow the British rule. So this is all about.